I don't think people realize how big the prior 2 days were. And I don't mean necessarily in terms of price. Obviously, price sucked yesterday. But what I will mention is yesterday and the day before were actually the largest and third largest days we have seen from March in terms of ADA. This is a really big deal. I do want to talk about that. I want to talk about something else that's going on right now that people just need to be aware of. And we do also need to discuss how this is, in fact, playing out exactly as it did in November, exactly as it did last market cycle. All that and more in this video. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So the first thing I want to bring to people's attention is we're back to this time where the negative people are getting very loud, where they're incredibly bearish, where they're trying to suppress price. And that's exactly what we're seeing in terms of the news too. Again, I have to comb through so many articles every single day, guys. And I stumble across all these different things. Cardano, mini death cross confirmed on hourly chart. That's nothing. Leads the way in slump, falls 10% in route, right? Declares revolt. You see all these negative articles just trying to beat the crap out of Cardano and ADA, and yet here we are, not even the worst performer over the last 24 hours in the top 20 assets, not even the worst in the top 10 assets. And again, this isn't to poke fun at other assets that are not performing as well as ADA, but we tend to go through these cycles where they try to just shake the tree. Anytime there's a little bit of a red day, just shake the tree and see what falls out. Guys, Cardano's at a point where it's making very significant progress in terms of development. We're seeing obviously potential huge adoption when it comes to government and enterprise, like we've talked about many times before. Not going to get too much into that in this video. And in fact, the community for Cardano is actually gaining strength. All right. Big thing that you guys need to know about over the last 2 days. This was actually the largest and the third largest day we have seen since all the way back here in March in terms of exchange supply removal. Yesterday, even on a red day, guys, $20.39 million worth of ADA removed from exchanges. That has been some of our weeks as of late, just to show you guys, right? Just take a look here. This is what a lot of our weeks have looked like. Okay. This huge day, these 2 huge days is a real testament to conviction in terms of ADA. And it shows you that these shakeouts in the market, they're temporary. We're going to get past them. And all we've done is gotten to a point where, again, we are getting more and more and more likely to have a big supply shock for ADA moving forward. I'm not saying it's going to happen today or tomorrow or next week or whatever, right? We really still need that demand from outside the market. We still need to trigger huge buying in the space. But this is how ADA goes on one of these technical surges above prices we saw in November and breaks out to $1.60, like some people were talking about, $2, like we've talked about here on the channel, and then the possibility of much more. Now, something I wanted to show you guys here as well is reason I'm not really fooled by what took place yesterday is this is exactly what we did on that pump that we started back in November of 2024. In fact, we had a nice spike up, just like we saw here, a couple days of correction in terms of ADA dominance. And basically November, gosh, what was that? 11th and 12th, and actually 13th there too. And then look what that led us to our next leg in terms of the charts. Coincidentally enough, this is what we did last market cycle. Could this be right where we're at, right before this next little leg here, next extension, right? That could be what we're working through. And like I've said many times before, these pumps, they aren't always straight up and to the right. There are days of cool down. There are days of correction and profit taking and liquidations. This isn't a new thing. That's why I don't know why people are getting loud. It's, guys, this is crypto. This is what we do, baby. Now, in terms of the ADABTC chart, exact same thing. We did at the same time in November of last year. Go figure. Actually, coincidentally, if we look at this weekly chart here, you guys can see that both weeks where we had our extended breakout against our 20-week moving average, we had a week where we came down and retested. That week actually finished green here. Could we be on the verge of actually reversing this in the back half of the week, making an extension and closing green once again? That week actually closed up 6.4%. If ADA does do that, we could be talking about, gosh, what would that be? I could measure 6.4%. About, I don't know. I'm on the wrong charts. Anyways, that could be a 6.4% 6.4% gain versus BTC. That would be a very strong move here, especially if with BTC holding some strength around 118K. I mean, we're seeing the exact signs that we need to see, guys. The fact that BTC is remaining resilient while alts have just bled a little bit, I think is a really good sign. Actually, we're seeing a little bit of a drop off as the day has started in terms of BTC dominance. We were actually above 62%. We're down back below that. Could we be on the verge of actually doing the same thing? A little bit of a 200-day retest right here, and then a further extension to the downside. I mean, guys, this is all sound technical stuff. Fundamentally, we're still looking really good in the crypto space. So just wanted to share that with you guys. We'll see how today progresses, but I can't really complain. Love what we're seeing, and I understand that, again, ADA's a long-term game. It's not get rich quick. It's not a meme coin. We are trying to gain fundamental strength here, fundamental adoption, and that's what we're working towards. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.